What I have done meanwhile is that I painted this one. I used a Tamiya spray paint. First washed it with some fairy, rinsed it and dried it thoroughly. Then I did some painting of it. Went kind of okay. I mean, except there's a lot of like small things here, ridges and so on, which don't take so paint easily. So I had a bit of a touch-up paint for kind of like a airbrush paint. I patched up with that a bit. Got okay results, then peeled off the cover, and I have this one now ready and waiting for stickers. This paint, small can, costs a lot, smells absolutely horrible. I mean, I've painted some really old equipment from 1920s, 1930s using authentic paints of the time. Some of them are really dangerous, some are really poisonous and horrible. Yet many of those have been developed to modern paints with equivalent properties, visual properties, mechanical properties, everything, except that they don't kill you and they don't smell at all. And many of them are, funny enough, water-based. And it's the same thing. Why are they still making stuff like this? Why they haven't developed something healthier, easier, so people can actually paint it? I mean, you can use Tamiya colors, because I think people are used to, many of the box arts are done with these colors, so people are using these ones. It's exactly the correct shade always. But why not use airbrush colors? These don't smell. They stick just as well. Don't really understand. I understand that for the spray you need to have certain chemicals in, but still, I've used some horrible stuff and this is really bad. Are they stuck in the 1930s or something with this stuff? Doesn't make any sense. And so small can, so expensive. That's ridiculous. And then like, I read somewhere like, yeah, you need to for polycarbonate. Well, there are a lot of other paints which also stick to polycarbonate just as well, which are designed for it. Bigger cans, different. I don't know. I don't really understand the point of this. It smells absolutely horrible. Painting with it is you just want to get it quickly done, so you don't need to smell it. No matter what protection you have, when you leave it drying, it lingers the smell around forever. Oh, it's disgusting. Come on. Why? Modernize the systems a bit. Keep the same color. It's not impossible. Others have done it. Then I painted this head. Well, no need for that one. Done. So I will put stickers to this only later. As my target now is to paint them. Start working on the body. I'll put this aside. So here's the body. Can I fit it? Oh, yep, I can fit it somehow. So, based on the instructions, I need to first wash this inside. Then I need to attach some sort of these not decals, this, I don't know what it's called, these stickers basically, in different places, and then start painting. And I'm planning to do it so-called box art, meaning the color which is on the box, which I like a lot. So let's see how this will go. I have airbrushing equipment. I was thinking about using the airbrush colors which I have. I don't know if they perfectly match the Tamiya, especially the red one. The white one is, I can't tell the difference, but the red one, not sure. I have a compressor, small compressor. I have airbrushing tools. Unfortunately, due to moving into the current place, not so. When I moved here, they're somewhere in my boxes, which are still in the basement. I haven't been unable to, despite multiple attempts of finding my airbrushing tools. I think with airbrushing, then I could get this, spend the time needed for making it carefully and doing all with airbrushing. But due to the fact I just can't find them, and I guess ordering them is also getting a bit too expensive, since I believe I have 2 sets of really good airbrushing equipment. that, okay, I guess I'll just use the Tamiya paint and see how it goes. And maybe patch up with airbrush then if needed. So next I will gonna wash this one. And here it is. I washed it, maybe some droplets still left. Now I will leave it to dry before I start applying the stickers. Norris stickers, these things. According to instructions in the manual here, I washed it, apply masking tape inside from alphabetic order as shown below, A, B, C, D. So, with A. There's A. And A goes into the front windshield. So it's this one goes about here to the front windshield. A. This is exciting. How easily does it get up in here? Okay, let's put this one aside. I'm so worried that I will screw this up, ruin one of these, since this, I mean, they could have put some spares here, but no. How am I? Oh, there it goes. All right. I'm also worried that, okay, it needs to have sharp corners. So if I'm going to pull this off and break the corners, and the corners will not be sharp in the final thing. So this is supposed to be now going in its place into the windshield. To be honest, the picture is not very accurate, nor are there any kind of guiding lines where to put this into. Nope. I think I have no choice but to do this with both fingers. There's not much space here. How do I? Nope. And every time I remove this, I guess the sticker is getting worse and worse. Okay, that's not. Ooh. So is it meant to be like it's curling again? Okay, this one doesn't go there. Does this even go close to what I was supposed to? No, it doesn't. This is... and the whole sticker is curling and curling. And the problem is that, you know, when you're supposed to keep the rest of the surfaces out of fingerprints, I knew this wouldn't be so easy. Okay, now I kind of got it in place. And there. And there. And there. So... putting together these stickers according to these instructions, completely hopeless. They're not perfect in size. You need to fit them into cavities where you cannot possibly put them because they just stick into everything surrounding. All these, which are peeled off from these masking tapes, they immediately roll like this and get stuck to each other. So you need like 8 hands plus someone supporting the tweezers and putting them in place. At least my fingers, these, too thick to fit anywhere, let alone with something that sticks into everything all the time. Maybe I'm just clumsy, I don't know. Some of them ended up recommending, I decided to use a lot of masking tape everywhere just to make sure, based on the picture, I added masking tape here and there, just to make sure it doesn't go where it's not supposed to. This looks a bit thin, because I couldn't get everything in place, especially in the rear, so I had to just patch it up wherever I could. Not all lines are perfectly straight, I had to correct a bit here and there. Yeah, there's a lot of small detail that needs to be taken care of before you start painting. All will show up there. Same is, they don't ever seem to show the cutting process. They just, I start cutting and then it's immediately ready. I had these Kyosho scissors, fine, worked with only for some straight stuff. I bought these Tamiya ones, nice for curve, very heavy and doesn't do very steep curves. These completely useless for this stuff. I had small hand files, legs aren't tough enough, this one doesn't do anything. I had some hand files. I tried filing the holes and everything like evenly as possible. Some people do that. Again, how much you need to do that, what's the correct technique, because otherwise you get loose the coating from here. Getting these tight curves to be cut with these scissors, at least with my fingers, completely, utterly, could be made a lot more easy. I don't know. Wrong tool, smaller scissors. What do I need? Would be nice to know. This manual here with these pictures of how to put things in place, like this one. Put this and this one in place. It's somewhere hidden there. It's like, and then there's enlargements. Why not more? Why not single pictures? I mean, these Kyosho's instructions in some part are really, I mean, if I would do this something to customer or someone I'm making assembly or design instructions, well, I wouldn't be doing it for them for very long. Weird. I mean, why does this kind of stuff is allowed? Is it that the RC hobbyists don't complain? Or they just get so good at it? I don't know. To me, it just seems a bit weird. Same as the quality. When removing some of these stickers, well, yeah, you're nicely removing, and somewhere there's an error in the cutting and it tears apart the sticker. Completely pointless and badly made. And then ended up having fingerprints everywhere, but I tried cleaning up the insides from fingerprints so that the paint sticks as well. Though I'm not sure if I got everything. Well, we will see. Complete nightmare. Okay, next is painting. Did the electronics. I already tried to drive this one using this battery. I had to adjust these ones a bit because the long battery didn't want to go past. I don't know if the original Kyosho sidecards would have this problem, but I had to file off some piece here so that the batteries would go smoothly over this sideguard. One choice is to get shorter battery, but where I'm living I could only get very short ones, which would need additional holder, or cornered ones. I had trouble finding either they were too short or too thick and they wouldn't fit here, so one I could find was this type battery. This is longer, it's free, yes. So far the car goes really fast. I mean, I used on my transmitter like a very little amount of power and throttle, and I didn't have time to react much. So it's really fast. Now I soldered these connectors in place, and I had to clean them up thoroughly to remove because the connector of the motor had some sort of coating on it, and the normal without proper flux, it didn't seem to want to solder. Now I've been applying liquid electrical tape. I put a few layers, let it dry. The black stuff is that, and let it dry and then in the end I will clean which went overboard. I will just peel them off from elsewhere, and these cables will be nice and protected from moisture.